Hi everybody, I just wanted to come in today and sit down and talk to you about how Dressember is going and do a little update and share a couple of resources with you. So I didn't get a chance this year to do a why I'm doing Dressember video. Hi Jensen! But I have a few of those up from previous years, and just to give you the basics, Dressember is a month of wearing dresses and posting on social media in order to bring attention to the issue of human trafficking and modern day slavery. With our social media posts, we provide a link where people can donate money to the International Justice Mission and the A21 campaign. And then there's another United States-based organization this year. I forget what they were called, but I can link the information in the description box. And all of the money goes to fund those organizations so that they can literally execute rescue operations and take girls and women and men out of brothels and places where they are enslaved and get them into safe houses and get them job training and medical treatment and therapy. And I've got a little one right here who is not feeling well today. Already we have raised, I can't even remember what it is at this point, I think like $300,000, and our goal is $2 million by the end of December. And there are Dressember advocates all over the world. This is my 5th year of doing Dressember, and it's just gained more and more momentum every year. It's so cool to see how many people on Instagram are doing it. So this year, as we've gained momentum, there have been more opportunities to do things in person with other people who do Dressember. So my longtime friend Jeannie and I went to the Dressember party, and this is the 2nd year that they've had like an official kickoff party. And if you live anywhere near LA and you do Dressember, I definitely recommend going to the kickoff party because it's just an experience like I've never had. It's just so cool to be surrounded not only by other people who are doing Dressember with you, but to get to hear the stories firsthand of people who run these rescue operations and work in the trenches and are overseas and in the United States rescuing people out of human trafficking. It's just an amazing night. This year they had a food truck and they had a lot of the Dressember merchandise to sell, and I love that Dressember has their own merchandise because it's fair trade. I just came away so inspired and just really feeling like this is modern day abolition. As somebody who has so much privilege, I have the privilege of living in the United States. I had a family that took care of me. A lot of the people in the United States who are trapped in this human trafficking are foster children. I wasn't a part of the foster care system. I have the education and the knowledge about this issue. I have money to donate. I have a voice to do something about this and to spread awareness. So I really have no choice but to talk about this and but to use the social media platform that I have to spread information and resources in order to help these girls. That is the very, very least that I could do. I also just want to tell you about a couple of resources, a couple things that I bought for Dressember. So when you get down to like the reality of doing Dressember, you need some dresses. Now Blythe Hill, that started Dressember, is wearing the same exact dress every single day of Dressember, and she's just styling it differently every day. So I think that's really cool. I'm not doing that. I have about 15 dresses. This dress that I'm wearing today, actually it kind of just looks like a t-shirt right now, but it's like a high-low hem dress. It's really cute. I love this burgundy shade. It has like a pocket right here. It's more of a casual dress. It's just cotton. This one is by Crochet Kids. This is $54, and so if you were just to go to the store and pick this up and take a look at it, you might not be willing to pay $54 for it. But the reason that I am is because of this little tag sewn into the side right here. This says hand signed by the person who made it, Evangelina Alvarez. So I know who made this dress, and I know that she's being paid a fair wage. I know that she has safe working conditions, and I cannot say that about most of the clothes that are at the store right now. The garment industry is another very kind of predatory industry and people are exploited all the time. So when I buy things for Dressember, I want to make sure that I'm not kind of feeding into the problem that I'm trying to solve. The next thing that I bought was a necklace. I'm also wearing this right now. This is from Mata Traders. I love that it's long. I prefer long necklaces, but I'll just hold it up right here so you can see. So it's like a wooden chevron necklace, and I just think this is so cute. This was about $30, and I feel like that's a totally fair price. Like, even if it wasn't fair trade, I might have paid $30 for this just because I think it's really cute. Your purchase supports a mindful, ethical, and impactful way of shopping that nods to the hours and heart makers put into creating beautiful, spirited pieces. And this is a part of the slow style movement as opposed to fast fashion. I'm trying to get more into slow style and respecting the craft of making clothes or of making jewelry, and not just wanting, you know, the latest thing and then getting rid of it in 2 months when something else comes out. And then I also got this necklace from Starfish Project, and it looks like this. I love the turquoise color, this turquoise stone. And this is just so cool because I know who made this necklace as well. It's a girl named Xiao Li. She was raised in an impoverished family with only enough money to educate one child. And she wrote me a note thanking me for purchasing her necklace. She said, "Thank you for purchasing Starfish Project jewelry. I hope you enjoy wearing it as much as I loved making it. Because of your purchase, I am taking computer classes and I'm learning another new skill. Thank you, Xiao Li." The last thing that I wanted to show you, I feel like is the most important. If you were to get one thing, I kind of feel like you should get this. This is a book called Sold by Patricia McCormick. I really like Patricia McCormick. I read another one of her books that is the story of a kid from Cambodia during the reign of the Khmer Rouge. She also co-wrote the Malala Yousafzai story, so she kind of has a niche in like writing biographies with children mostly that have gone through really horrific or amazing journeys in their life, and this is no exception. This is about a girl named Lakshmi. She is 13 and she lives with her family in Nepal. Her family is really poor. Her dad is gone. I'm not sure why, but she has a stepdad, and their crops are destroyed by some bad weather. She has a younger brother. And so there's this woman in town that tells her that she could be a maid, and so she could go into the city, be a maid for a household, and send back money to her family. So this girl, Lakshmi, wants to make sure that her mom survives and has a coat. They need a tin roof, and she just wants to send back money to her family. So she agrees to go into the city and be a maid. But the woman who is going to take her to the city pays her stepfather a bunch of money up front, and she doesn't really understand why this is happening, but she's purchasing her as a slave. And so she's taken into India, and they actually, I don't even know if they ever say what city. She doesn't know where she is. She doesn't speak the language. The culture is different from hers, so she's completely vulnerable and alone, and she's taken to a brothel. It's so hard to talk about because this happens. This is real. And when she finally realizes what's happening, she fights against the first man that tries to be with her, and she is beaten and punished and starved, and they try to break her, and they do really. Eventually she succumbs to everything, and you hear the stories of the other girls that live in the brothel with her. So this is a really, really important book to read. I think especially if you're doing Dressember, this is just something that can really put it in perspective for you. And the way that this is written is so different. It's basically just a bunch of little poems that have a plot. So here's one that says, "What disaster sounds like. When the night rain soaks the ground past the soaking point, when the earthen walls around the paddy melt away, when the rice plants are sucked out of the earth one by one and washed down the slope, there should be a sound, a noise announcing that something is terribly wrong. Instead, there's a ghostly hush that tells us we have lost everything." And there's so many other beautiful passages in this book, and the way that she handles talking about rape and sexual slavery and being beaten, she does it in a very respectful, very beautiful way. And so I think that this is an appropriate book for schools. It's hard for me to say at what age this would be appropriate. Definitely high school. I think if I taught high school, I would get a grant and I would buy a class set of these, and I would teach it every December. I don't know if middle schoolers are quite emotionally capable of dealing with just like how severe the problems are in this book, but maybe. I mean, this girl is 13. She had to deal with it. So I will bring this to my classroom and just leave it as an option for people who want to read more about this situation. Maybe I'll get a couple of copies, but this is just a really, really important book for understanding what the human side of slavery looks like, and of trafficking, and how young these girls are, and how just vulnerable and broken they are. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope that you will donate to the Dressember Foundation, or that you will participate in Dressember and continue to spread the message. To be perfectly honest, like, followers don't mean anything, subscribers don't mean anything unless I actually have influence, unless I can do something with this platform. They call YouTubers influencers, and I want to influence you to help fight against human trafficking, to get involved in this cause, to use your money to shop ethically, to educate yourself about this situation and read books like this. So if I do in fact have any influence on social media, I want to use it to promote social justice and to make a difference in the world and rescue some of these girls. The link to donate is below, and I will see you in my next video.